Today we are going to talk about health and safety, and in particular, the Health and Safety at Work Act. The law which regulates health and safety at work in New Zealand is called the Health and Safety at Work Act, and that was published in 2015. So what is the purpose of the Health and Safety at Work Act? The purpose of the Health and Safety at Work Act is to ensure that all workers are given the highest level of protection against harm to their health, to their safety, and to their welfare, as is reasonably practicable. The government agency which is responsible for regulating work health and safety is an organisation known as WorkSafe New Zealand. So we have the Health and Safety at Work Act, but who does this act apply to? It applies to all persons conducting a business or undertaking. It applies to all workers. It applies to those people that have been given official duties in terms of the Act. And then it also applies to anybody else who is at a particular workplace. The Health and Safety at Work Act applies to everybody at a particular business and especially to a worker. So who is a worker? In terms of the Act, a worker is any employee, a contractor or subcontractor, an employee of a contractor or subcontractor, an employee of a labour hire company who is working in the business, an apprentice or trainee, an outworker, a person on work experience or work trial, and also a volunteer worker. All workers have rights and responsibilities in terms of the Act. Let's have a look at what some of those rights and responsibilities are. Firstly, let's have a look at what rights all workers have in terms of the Act. Workers have the right to, firstly, workers have a right to work in a healthy and safe environment. They have a right to get appropriate training before starting work. All workers have a right to work with safe machinery, safe vehicles, and safe tools and equipment. Workers also have the right to stop or refuse to carry out any dangerous work that they've been asked to do. Workers have a right to have access to health and safety information. They have a right to wear personal protective equipment. They have a right to speak up if they see that anything is wrong. They have a right to be given a chance to have a say when decisions are being made about health and safety in the workplace. All workers should be given a chance to have input into those decisions. All workers have a right to be represented on health and safety committees. All workers have rights to have toilet facilities, washing facilities, clean drinking water, first aid, and a place to have a meal or a break in reasonable comfort or shelter. Very importantly, here in New Zealand, all workers must have a right to know what to do in an emergency. But then all workers also have responsibilities. As a worker, you have a responsibility to take care of your own health and safety. You have a responsibility to take all reasonable care that what you do or don't do does not adversely affect the health and safety of other people. And you have a responsibility to cooperate with any reasonable workplace health and safety policy or procedure that the workplace has. And you have a responsibility to comply with any reasonable instructions given by the business that you work for. And that brings us to the end of this lesson on the Health and Safety at Work Act. If you are required to do, please complete the questionnaire on the learning module. If not, thank you and goodbye.